Thank you. Where'd this come from?
From the rectory. Grace, please explain to me, how is it possible that you could be married to somebody else other than Sam?
His name's David Hastings. He came to Harmony after he saw my picture in a national magazine.
And he claims that he was married to you before you ever knew Sam?
The first time I saw him, I passed out. You know, I kept telling myself that it was because he startled me. But now I'm afraid that the truth is, my subconscious knew that he was my husband. I mean, if I am not married to Sam, if our marriage isn't legal, my whole life is a lie.
What are you doing here, Ivy?
I like to come here sometimes when I need to clear my head. Looks like you had the same idea.
Clear my head. Now there's the understatement of the year.
I know it's upsetting you.
You do?
Same thing that's troubling me. That two-faced, scheming little tramp, Teresa, and what she did to her son.
Whoops. Looks like we may owe Julian Crane that box of cigars after all.
I'll be damned. It looks like he's actually making headway with that Babelicious cupcake. Who would have thought a doll like that would give an old lecher like Julian the time of day?
Look, I am not shelling out any money for his stogies just yet. He's got to get her in the sack to win the bet. He's got a long way to go before that.
That's it.
Oh, thanks anyway. I've really had enough. Oh, nonsense, my dear. Oh, thank you. You're away from home and all of its silly laws about having to be 21 to imbibe. Besides, this is the best champagne in the house. I'd hate to see it go to waste. Oh, well, it's just that I want to keep a clear head while I talk to you about Ethan. Oh, yes, Ethan. Even though I wasn't the person who exposed Ethan's paternity to the press, I did keep the truth from him when I shouldn't have. Which is why I feel so guilty about Ethan losing his lifelong identity as a Crane. Yes. Yes, I see. That's why it's so important to me to convince you to take Ethan back into the family. And even if it takes all night. Yes, you know, I was just thinking that it might.
Poor Teresa. She took one sip and now she's gonna regret it for the rest of her life.
Charity, I don't know what you're talking about, but you need to stop. You're scaring me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything about your sister.
You can't help what you see.
Let's look on the bright side. I mean, at least with your premonitions, now we're way ahead of the game. We can be up at first light, take the boat back to Harmony, and make sure everyone's okay.
You're washing your hands of me. I came back to talk you out of your insane scheme. You cannot seduce Miguel and get pregnant just to get him away from Charity. Well, I don't see why not. Charity's probably not even gonna be around by the time we leave here anyway. Miguel's gonna be grateful to have me and a little Bambino on the way.
There it is again. The fire. It's a horrible fire. It's coming, and there's nothing we can do about it.
We did it, Tim Tim. A turn or two at the wheel, and we'll be home free. Safe from that Lizzie Borden wannabe. We'll be home in no time, so break out the martinis, lad.
Lizzie
Borden wannabe. Oh, it's not nice to hurt Norma's feelings.
It all seems like a dream. Promise me we can come here when we have a real honeymoon.
I promise. What is it?
I don't know. I just got this feeling like I was in danger.
Excuse me. Your father's on the phone again, sir.
God, for crying out loud. Will you excuse me, my dear?
Of course.
What is it, Father?
I just wanted to make certain that we understood one another. You haven't overlooked anything that could foul up your plan at the last minute.
I told you, everything's arranged. Sheridan will die in what appears to be a tragic boating accident, and should Luis manage to survive, he'll blame himself and die of a broken heart in time.
You know, I've always felt that Sheridan was the weaker link of my two children. I'd hate to come to realize that it was you all along. Then I'd have to say goodbye to you as well.
There's nothing to be concerned about, Father. In a few hours, Sheridan will be dead.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places, and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
Good thing you got off the phone when you did. I was about to move in on the tasty little morsel myself.
Forget it, Mac. This isn't a game for amateurs. You don't embarrass yourself. You just make sure my box of Cuban cigars is at the front desk in the morning.
I'll be smoking.
Sorry, my dear. Business.
Oh, I understand. I mean, you're a very busy man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you taking the time to hear me out about why Ethan deserves to be reinstated as a Crane.
Well, I'm open to anything you might want to say, dear. Or for that matter, might want to do. To a mutually satisfying conclusion to this evening. Hmm?
You can stop acting like the world's biggest prude, Simone. I'm only doing what males and females have done with each other since Adam and Eve. And I'm doing it with Miguel.
Charity, are you still having visions about Teresa?
I see Sheridan now, and Teresa's in the same place. We have to warn Sheridan. She's in terrible danger.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me.
Well, I'm afraid whatever it was, it's getting to me now, too.
Well, you think we really could be in danger?
I don't know what it was. I guess I'm just worried about Teresa. I feel a hell of a lot better if I knew where she was.
Sure, she and Ethan are back together. You know how much they love each other.
Yeah. Just wish that was all it took.
Are you worried someone's trying to keep them apart?
You saw how furious Ivy was when she thought that Teresa betrayed Ethan in a tabloid, and Well, who's to say that she or someone else won't work overtime to try and keep them from being together?
Well, I don't blame you for being worried, but it's not as if Ethan and Teresa are up against the negative forces we were.
Yeah, you're right. At least now Ethan's not a Crane. He doesn't have to contend with Julian.
Ah, good, isn't it?
It's bubbly. I think I'm starting to like it.
Oh. Oh, thank you.
Princess! Princess! Look what Jimmy did! Oh, well, well, things are finally looking up. You could whip us up a batch of martinis right now, Jimmy. Jimmy's never seen something bottle. Very impressive. Who'd have thought we'd lack into Dean Martin's old boat? Who's Dean Martin? Oh, never mind. Just fix me a drink.
Worry, Father. They won't get off this boat alive. You keep saying that, Norma, but I'm beginning to wonder if you're capable of killing them. Oh, you'll see, Father. I'll do it for you.
So Sam checked out all the information that was faxed from Connecticut.
He spoke to the records department on the phone. They said there's a marriage license on file in Hartford, and that it says I am legally married to David Hastings. Sam says he's going to keep checking it out, but I don't know what difference that's going to make. I mean, David even knew about my twin sister, Faith.
Yeah, but he could have read about her in the article or on the internet, Grace.
Yeah, that's what Sam says. But I don't know. I mean, he knew little things about me, like I put honey in my tea, the way I tilt my head when I read. You should see the way he looks at me, Pilar. You know, I've always been afraid that something would come out of my past to haunt me. Something that I couldn't remember because of my amnesia. Well, now it's here. This man has come out of nowhere and claims that I'm his wife. What's gonna happen to Sam and me? I'm scared, Pilar. And I know that Sam is scared too.
Don't slam Teresa to me. Now, I've known that girl her whole life. And I don't buy for a second that she's the one who sent the email about me being Ethan's father to the tabloid.
Sam, how can you say that when she has admitted that she knew the information before it was published?
Look, there is a big difference between mistakenly keeping a secret and intentionally trying to hurt someone. Now, Teresa loves Ethan. Now, why would she put him or any of us through what we've been through?
Fine. You know, I don't want to stand here and argue with you about Teresa. My concern is Ethan and what he still has to go through. It was bad enough that he found out he wasn't a Crane the way he did, but having his wedding fall apart at the very last minute so publicly, I just want him to know that he has two parents who love and care about him and will stand behind him no matter what.
Well, that goes without saying.
Good. Because I'm really afraid that he is not going to give up on Teresa because he's afraid he has no other place to turn.
What do you want me to do?
I would like you just to talk to him. I mean, maybe if he knows he has a loving father and mother, he'll make better decisions.
All right, I'll call him and see if he's free for dinner this week.
I'd like to go along. Look, Sam, this is not about us, all right? This is about Ethan and what he needs. It's about putting up a united front for his sake.
I swear, Ivy. If you're using Ethan to get close to me,
No, I'm not. Sam, believe me. It took me a very long time, but I have learned my lesson. I'm never going to try to come between you and Grace again. You too. You have a rock-solid marriage that can never be torn apart by anything or anyone.
I still don't believe your brother's sudden turnaround.
By showing up at our wedding, we're about to get married.
Yeah. Now, how are we supposed to suddenly believe that he's in our corner after everything that he and your father did to try and break us up?
I don't know. But you know, Julian really did seem sincere with his apology. I just think I'm so terribly naive when it comes to my family.
No, I just think that you're terribly decent. You're too good to think that anyone could do something so treacherous. Hey, no more talk about Julian on our practice honeymoon, okay?
You know, speaking of practice, we want to make sure we get everything right for when we do this for real, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I can take a lot of rehearsal.
Yeah?
Land, water, water, land, sand, sea.
Even our bed.
Ooh. I am suddenly getting very sleepy.
Well, last one to the room has to give the other a full-body massage.
That's a contest I like. What do you say we stop by the bar and get a little champagne?
There's another reason I think it would be smart of you to take Ethan back into the family.
And what's that?
Ethan's a wonderful lawyer. I mean, I'm sure he was an enormous help to you at Crane Industries once he graduated from law school and joined you at the firm.
Oh, yes, indeed.
He loved working there. And well, he already knows the corporation's ins and outs like the back of his own hand. You must miss having him there.
Yes, Ethan was a natural. I always thought of him as a chip off the old block, his conscience notwithstanding. He had that killer instinct for negotiation. Oh.
He could be negotiating deals tomorrow if you took him back as your son. I knew if I could just speak to you alone, I might be able to get through to you.
You are a very astute young woman.
Thank you. Like I said, I will do whatever it takes to convince you that I am not wasting your time.
I may just hold you to that, Teresa.
Oh, man, she must be half his age. Half? If you ask me, she looks like jailbait. You better check her ID.
No. You know, he said he knows her, and she's gotta be legal. I'll be damned if I know why she's giving him the time of day.
Can you spell sugar daddy?
They sound like charming people.
Yeah, that's just what I want to hear when my kid sister's on my mind. You thinking my sister's alone in the world when there are lechers like that running around?
Hey, you remember the girl's name? Because when Daddy-O gets up, I just may saunter on over there and introduce myself.
Oh, really?
Wait a minute. Maria.
No. No. It was like that, though. It was something like that, though. Hey, wait a minute. I got it.
We're waiting. What's Hot Pants' name?
Well, you know, no. I'm confusing her with a gal I got together with last time I was down here.
Yeah, but was that divorce number 2 or 3?
Like I remember? Now, the only thing that sticks in my mind about that trip is there's more than one way to enjoy a trampoline.
Oh, spare us the gory details, please, Doctor. No.
Talk about sleazy.
Sir.
Yes, we would like a bottle of your best champagne, please. And we're going to take it to our room.
Of course, sir. I'll have that for you in a moment.
We'll be sitting right over there. No problem. Thank you.
Oh, I really shouldn't have another drop.
Sounds like you and Mr. Crane want to get back to your room.
Oh my. He thinks that
But we are here together.
I never thought about what people might assume if they saw us together drinking champagne and everything.
Since my dear, the waiter was just flattering me in hopes of getting a bigger tip.
Really?
Yes.
I would hate for anyone to get the wrong idea. I mean, you're so rich and famous, the gossip could get all the way back home.
Darling, what a charming, if overactive imagination you have. Here we are on this beautiful island, about as far away from Harmony as you can get. I mean, no one could possibly know if we spend the evening together.
Enjoy the rest of your evening, sir.
Thank you, we will.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a relief.
Did you forget something?
No, I just thought I heard my sister's voice.
Teresa, what would she be doing here?
That's not fun. Oh my God, are you crazy? You're halfway naked.
Simone, that is the usual state for people when they make love.
Oh, get real. Miguel is not going to make love to you tonight or any other night. He loves Charity.
He loves me too, Simone.
As a friend.
He just needs a little nudge to figure out that I'm the one he wants to spend the rest of his life with. Trust me, after tonight, Miguel's going to be saying, Charity who? What's that?
Looks like some kind of light moving through the woods.
I bet I know what it is. I bet that's the same light that lured the fishermen away from the beach all those years ago.
Cool it, Reese. All right, it's probably just an optical illusion. You know, we're seeing the moon's reflection off of the water.
Right. And why does it keep getting brighter?
Princess? Are the lights on the island getting brighter, or is it just to me?
Right you are, matey. We got back on this boat in the nick of time. The warlocks appear to be getting restless, ready to strike.
Princess doesn't think they'll go after the kids, does she?
Who cares, as long as they don't go after us? Maybe if we get really lucky, they'll go after Norma. Then we'd never have to worry about that old psycho battle axe ever again.
Norma's father doesn't like it when you call her names!
Oh, honey, this is all my fault. My paranoia is rubbing off on you and making you hear things.
Well, I could have sworn that I heard my sister's voice. But, you're right, that's crazy, right? What should we be doing here?
Yeah, I mean, if she and Ethan had reconciled and flown down, we would have heard.
Right. Let's go back to the room.
I wouldn't be asking you to take Ethan back if I didn't believe it was something you wanted to do yourself, deep down. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I saw the pain in your face the night that you found out Ethan wasn't your son.
It was the worst night of my life.
That's why I am begging you to take Ethan back as your son. To let him use the Crane name again. You know, to be the man he always thought he was. I mean, you still love him, don't you?
He was my firstborn. Yes, that's how I always thought of him. You really love him, don't you?
With all of my heart.
Yes. I can see it in your eyes every time you say his name. It's too bad I never married someone who loved me the same way. Instead, I hooked up with Ivy. Well, what do you know? It's midnight. I'm a free man. My divorce from Ivy is final.
I'm sorry. I mean, no matter how you felt about Ivy, the end of a marriage is always sad.
Not in this case, darling. Trust me, I've never felt better. Bon voyage. Join me in a toast.
I've had way too much already.
Well, then one more isn't going to hurt at all. To my freedom from Ivy.
Oh, well, what do you know? It's tomorrow. I'm divorced.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say either. All of a sudden, I don't know who I am. I mean, it's not like I loved being Mrs. Julian Crane, but I'm not sure I know how to be anybody else. Well, I had better get home and pack because Julian would like me out of the mansion before he returns.
Well, where would you go?
I have no idea. I don't know. I can't exactly move in with Ethan, can I? I mean, he doesn't even have a place of his own. Oh, well. You know, I'll be fine. I'll find some place. Really, it's Ethan I'm worried about. I don't know what he's going to do, Sam, because no one will hire him. They're all afraid of Julian and Alistair. God, what have I done? What have I done to everybody I care about, everyone? What have I done to our son?
I just thank God that the kids are away on their camping trip. They don't know about this David Hastings. Jessica met him, but no, they don't know. You know, they've been through so much these last couple months that they think all the bad times are behind them. How am I ever going to tell them that I might not be legally married to their father? How are they going to feel when they find out that they're illegitimate? I might lose my family, Pilar. I might lose the only family that I have ever known.
Oh, don't. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Thank you for trying to make me feel better, really. But the last thing I need to do is feel comfortable in your arms.
Ivy,
Your touch, no, it brings back way too many memories. And I've lost so much already. I mean, I've lost my marriage and my son's identity. I don't need to be reminded of what else I lost.
Well, there's nothing like feeling you've lost the love of your life.
You haven't lost Grace, Sam. Your marriage, it survived my very best efforts. I mean, please, Grace found out you lied to her about me, and still, you managed to stay together. That is an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, well, I'd hold off on the congratulations for a while yet.
What do you mean?
Well, everyone's gonna know soon enough, so might as well tell you.
The lights are getting dimmer.
Maybe you're right, Miguel. Maybe it was just the moonlight reflecting off the water.
Yeah. Did you send the emails to Sheridan and Teresa?
They didn't go through. The server must be down.
But Sheridan could die, and Teresa's about to make a decision that's gonna affect her whole life. We have to warn them.
The bubbles tickle my nose.
That's how you tell if it's really good champagne. Which is only fitting, seeing that we're both celebrating our freedom. Mine from Ivy, with my divorce becoming final, and yours from Ethan, now that your wedding fell apart.
Oh, no, this is totally different. I mean, you wanted a divorce. I still plan on marrying Ethan as soon as I get back to Harmony and tell him that you've decided to reinstate him as your son. That's what I'm doing here, Julian.
Right, come here, dear. Right you are. But I must say, you haven't quite won me over yet.
Then I will try harder, because I am not giving up until I convince you that this is the right thing to do.
Yes. Oh, it's the noise. I want to be able to hear you better.
Oh. Well, why don't we just go someplace quieter, like...
Like my room? Oh, it's an excellent idea. We'll continue our discussion there, yes.
Oh, you should be so lucky to have such a fast and painless death. Now, I've changed my mind. I'm gonna burn you both to a crisp!
Oh, no!
Help! Somebody help!
Please don't burn Timmy! He's highly flammable!
What's that you say? Oh, you need a light! Yes!
I don't know what you're talking about, Sam. What will everyone know soon enough?
Something happened. Something that will affect my marriage to Grace in a big way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
A man named David Hastings popped into town, claims to have been married to Grace before I met her.
What? Wait, what? Can that be true?
Look, I don't know. I don't know what to believe. But I got a fax of a marriage license that was filed in Hartford with this guy and Grace's names on it.
A marriage license?
So, for all intents and purposes, Grace could be married to someone else.
If only this was the real deal.
We'll be on our real honeymoon soon enough. When we get back, we are going to plan another double wedding with Ethan and Teresa.
Yeah? Yeah, that's sure they're gonna work things out.
Don't you know by now? True love conquers anything that anyone throws in its path.
Oh.
Anything.
Were you able to double-check my son's plan for tomorrow?
Down to the last detail, sir. I'd be glad to know that everything is in order, just as he said it was.
Well. Perhaps for once my son won't let me down. You're excused.
Yes, sir. Good night, sir.
Sheridan, you were always so pretty. Darling, it's unfortunate you had such terrible taste in men. Enjoy your last night on Earth, my daughter.
Oh, well, are you ready to go up to my room?
Well, there are so many other quiet places we could talk.
peace, and none will ensure that we won't be interrupted. I mean, you were serious about convincing me to take Ethan back into the fold, weren't you?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Then?
There it is. He's lowered the line. Bottom of the ninth. She's thinking about taking a nibble.
Whoa, he's got a bite.
Hey, watch him reel her in.
I told myself when I flew down here that I wasn't going to give up until I persuaded you to take Ethan back.
That's the spirit, Teresa. Never say die when you know what you're after. Yeah, easy darling. Oh, this poor loser sitting there.
The master.
The king.
El Jefe.
Hey, it's late, and there's nothing else we can do tonight. And chances are that Teresa and Sheridan are safe and sound asleep by now. We'll take the boat back to Harmony at daybreak, and we'll get a hold of them then.
Yeah, well, I vote that we all turn in. That way we can leave here first thing.
Where'd Kay and Simone go? Kay! Wonder where they could have gotten off to.
What if my premonitions weren't about Sheridan and Teresa and they were about Kay and Simone?
Hold on. Look, they've got to be around here somewhere. Let's check the tents.
Kay!
Don't look now, Kay, but you're about to have company. If Charity catches you in Miguel's sleeping bag naked, you are going to be so busted.
Norma! If it's an apology you want, that can be arranged.
Timmy never meant to hurt Norma, Daddy. No.
What a lovely day for a barbecue.
God, maybe she's really gonna kill us.